some really good business, I think, in the off-season, bringing in the likes of John Muldoon, Scott Forde, Matt Sexton to look after the attack. So a lot of interest there to see how they got on this year.
Quite some experience. And Tom Farrell, newlywed in the summer, he now gets to take to the field ahead of his teammates for his 100th Connacht appearance. And so it's a long pre-season too. It's been around 5 months or so because of the Rugby World Cup. 5 weeks later than normal. Federico Vedivelli gets us underway, and we're off in the opening game of this year's URC, and it has been put to the ground straight away. Bit of a sticking point, always takes a bit of time, but is Connacht with the first set real attacking opportunity. 15 metres out, 15 in from the sideline. And a penalty straight away.
Ainge.
And he puts it across with no problems at all. So an early mistake by the Ospreys, punished, and Connacht take an early lead. They're having a little bit more impact than what the Ospreys are when they've got the ball in hand. Blade out to Hanrahan again. Nice little short pass there. Blade's working very hard. Hanrahan down that short side. There's a break on here. That move through Tom Farrell. Farrell back inside to Caolin Blade, and Blade is going to score. He's picked up 11 tries last season.
There, Cian Prendergast with, I think, about 3 hard carries in that. But we see here Tom Farrell just making the line break, and as all good scrum halves are, on his shoulder for the pass under the post. But ominous signs for the Ospreys. They were a little bit passive in defence, and Connacht were making those hard yards pretty too easy.
Round is fine.
As we see here, Tom Farrell makes the line break, and Caolin Blade, as you said, scored 11 tries last year and is already off the mark this season.
The man on his 100th appearance, Tom Farrell, takes the ball into contact. And Hanrahan, the ball just skimmed out the back there, but it has gone backwards. And they do have the ball still, and racing through is Cathal Forde. He's been brilliant this first half, and here goes Caolin Blade. The captain has come across, he stepped inside, and he scored under the post. Wonderful teamwork yet again.
Everyone just switches off for a second. We see here, and all of a sudden, lovely step by Cathal Forde. Break down the middle, and as I said, Caolin Blade, how many times has he done that on the shoulder? And before that, I was actually saying how crisp the Connacht play has been, and the passing. But we see there was actually a mistake, but as I said...
Yet again, just pushing the ball through the hands of Caolin Blade into the Butler, who thought there might have been a slight knock on them from Caolin Blade. He had a bit of a look. Referee says no, play on. And the ball, just massive gap through the middle, and Caolin Blade is going to get a hat-trick before half-time. That was too easy.
Yeah, free play now. Connacht going too early when Tipperick was still in the air. Penalty advantage.
Is that my black?
So the ball comes out. That free play, as Michael Swift talked about, and they try and move it wide into the hands of Giles. Can he get on the outside? He can do that. That's wonderful footwork from Keelan Giles. Have picked up the points, 27-5.
Yeah, out of nothing. And as we said, we talked about how dangerous the likes of Keelan Giles there, and he just stood up. I think it was Andrew Smith, just stood him up, and then just used the pace. Then there wasn't much pace. There wasn't much room to go round. But managed just to get round Andrew Smith, and there we go, little fend. Other covered defender, and just gives the Ospreys a glimmer of hope going into half-time.
Well, I mentioned he's had his injury issues. He blasted onto the scene around 6 or 7 years ago, Keelan Giles, and
away.
Ball moved to the right-hand side. This is much better from the Ospreys. They have numbers on this occasion. Is into the hands of Walsh, and Walsh has made a lolloping run through. He looks back on the inside. He finds his scrum half in Ruben Morgan Williams. They look out for defensively.
Yeah, we see here out the back door, and just a lovely tip pass that just gets forward in, and Jack Walsh, immediate impact in the game. And as we saw with Caolin Blade in the first half, number 9 there, Ruben Morgan Williams on his shoulder to score a try, and all of a sudden 27-10, potentially 27-12, and Ospreys are back in this game. And you've seen the immediately impact of some of the changes that Toby Booth has made.
Well, it's been what they've done is, instead of trying to hit them around that ruck area, Connacht, and much better from the Ospreys in the second half, as they take the ball off the back of the scrum with an advantage. Referee almost accidentally gets knocked over there in the play. But it is Ospreys who
The advantage for a penalty.
still got that penalty advantage. Well,
I
they think
think
they
it's
scored the
over,
try, and it has been given. I think they're going to have a look at this.
Connacht interestingly going for a 5-man line out in the 22.
So Butler off the back, and a wonderful breakthrough from Cathal Forde, and they've taken it to the corner, they've taken it off the line out, and it is a try, also a bonus point, 32-19 with a kick to come.
And that's the reason why they just tried to open a bit more space with a 5-man line out, and he just hit a really good angle against the grain, and just exposing the couple of front rowers at the tail of the line out, and just powers through. Having a big game, Cathal Forde, making a big statement in URC 1. And Connacht needed that. You know, they were against the ropes, and with 19 unanswered points, they really needed this just to steady the ships.
5 minutes remaining in this. Ospreys trying to get back into it. Wonderful defence again
Get advantage.
from Cam Prendergast. Ball goes out to the far side through Walsh. Into the hands of number 23, Dom Morris, on his debut. They're hitting again. Solid defence by Connacht. They're not letting Ospreys across the line. Ben Warren that time, but the try
on the line
has been given.
Hurley Langton with the turnover.
So what have you made of this, just quickly?
Yeah, look, Connacht happy with the win. A lot to work on in defence, conceding 4 tries. The Ospreys could take a lot of heart going 27-0 down. The young team, they could have folded and collapsed, but they fought back and managed to get themselves back into the game. So a lot to look forward to for the rest of the season. Connacht really impressive going in attack. Few things to work on in defence, but overall must be delighted with the win in their first outing of the season.
Caolin Blade with a first half hat-trick for Connacht, added to by Cathal Forde in the second half. Giles,